Hi, Erilyn.
Hi.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Hey, Bo. How we doing?
Good.
Good. Miss Mariel, how are you? Other than full of food.
I'm good. I just made pancakes, so they just got done. I was trying to speed through and make my pancakes, but it took longer than I thought.
Oh, mercy me, child. Hi, Lauren. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Lila, how we doing?
Fine.
Good. James, how's it going?
Good.
Haley, how are you, my dear? I can never hear Haley. It's like classic.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can now. Hi, Lexi. How are you? Hey, Sydney. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Grant, I'm starting to be convinced this is like some weird mannequin since I never see your head, that it's just like some body frame of some kid with a
Yeah, you're right. I'm just a mannequin.
Coy, did you get a haircut?
No,
Your hair looks different today for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, Aubrey. There's Aubrey. Aubrey has on some big fake glasses, maybe.
Yeah.
Those are fancy. Olivia, I saw your name, but not your face. Are you there? Can you hear us? Ruh-roh, Scooby. Oh, there it is. That's much better. Perfect. Thank you.
I think I'm just gonna have to yell this whole time.
Yeah, your volume must have been cranked way down or something, because now I can hear you just fine. So I know some of you saw my message. I know some of you may have not. How many of you happened to see a notification from Google Classroom this morning?
Wasn't it about ratios?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, I saw
James,
it.
were you
I
able
printed it off. I'm not able to print anything out.
So this morning, as I was getting things ready, I realized I had way too many copies left of the packet that is for you guys for this chapter, this new chapter. And I was like, there's no way I copied that many extras. I must have forgotten to give them to you guys because I was too worried about tests and all sorts of things. Anyway, so today, if you don't have the notes, I understand, because obviously I can't expect for you to be able to print something on the fly. Not everybody has that luxury. However, the annoying part will be for today that you're going to have to kind of jot some things down, at least keep them numbered, and then maybe we can just transfer them to your notes once I get those in your hands. Aubrey, is there any chance that you would be able to print something before tomorrow?
I don't know. I can try it again.
No, and it's okay, but maybe is there anybody that lives by you that you could print off of before tomorrow? Maybe. Think about it. Problem solve through that. Because for today,
My house.
but
I'll just go find the email thingy and try to print them again.
okay. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Just make sure if you guys don't have the notes, I totally get it. Just have scratch paper. We'll make do for today. I don't want to cancel class because I screwed up and didn't give you a handout. So we will make the best of it. Curious, no judgment. Can you raise your little electronic hand if you actually have a copy of the notes printed? Just so I know how many people have it and how many don't, because that'll help me a little bit. So it looks like maybe a little over half. Hey, that's better than I thought. I thought I'd be dealing with 3 people. Okay, awesome. So if you don't have one, don't panic. We'll figure it out. Tomorrow will be kind of a pain in the butt if you don't, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So if you are looking at what I'm looking at, and I didn't send you the whole packet. I just sent you guys the first 2 sets. So I'll give you a new packet. Now I was going to say Monday, but it'll actually be Tuesday, won't it? None of you guys are going to come to school on Monday, right?
Sport. I can get mine printed off tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. So you can kind of make do for today, but then hopefully have it printed for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Awesome. That will be fabulous.
What's on Monday?
Monday is President's Day, which is a holiday where, you know, even like the banks are closed and things. So we are closed Monday, but then you guys come, excuse me, Tuesday, Wednesday instead. So just make sure you're aware of that. By the way, tests, I communicated with some of you and some of your parents. They're graded, they're in Teacher Ease. The notes have been added on. So at any point, if you look at Teacher Ease, you should have a very up-to-date grade to check out. Let's see, 11th. I think it's the 11th. Good news, after the test of a lifetime, not really, but it took a lot of you a long time Friday or Tuesday. The notes today, I think, are going to be just about the easiest notes we've done, oh, I don't know, since last year. This unit is all about ratios and proportions and percentages. But this first lesson, legitimately so super easy. I'm hoping we can just crank through it and have like 10 or 15 extra minutes. So we'll see how we do. Ratios, we talked about them last year. You talked about them in 6th grade. So for the 3rd or 4th or 5th time, if I give you a ratio, typically it looks like a fraction. And it's just used to compare two quantities. So if I give you a ratio, it's like 6 miles per gallon. That's a ratio because it compares the miles to the gallons. And I'm going to keep that definition simple. Now I'm wondering if from last year, so if I gave you the quantity A and the quantity B, the ratio of A to B can be written like a fraction. So there's A to B. Do you remember the other way that we wrote these? Sydney, you really do?
Is it where you would do like ... like a number and then
Scientifically
dot?
ever. Yes. ... Sydney, otherwise known as a colon.
So
But you were totally right. Yay for your memory there. So this is another way to write a ratio. And then the third way is actually just restating this. You can also just say it's the ratio of A to B. So if I ask you to write these in multiple ways, these are your options. Now this is where it gets superific easy, I hope. I'm going to give you some information. I'm going to ask you to write a ratio in 2 different ways. So if I give you number 1, for example, 8 DVDs, 2 books. 8 DVDs, 2 books. Is that going to be a good enough answer?
No.
What are we going to do?
You need another.
Good point. I need 2 ways, but I actually need to do more with this way.
Okay.
Yeah. So Haley, would you give me a better version of what I have?
I had 4 to 1.
Well, yeah, because if you divide here, 4 to 1 is a whole lot better as far as simplified. And then, I don't know, I guess I'll go with this one as my other, right? I tend to favor these 2. I don't know why. If you like the TO, you can do that too. Okay, so this is the part where you're like, really, Mrs. Bork, is it that easy? And I say, really, guys, it's that easy. And then you all raise your hands and you do these instead of me. Ready, set. Thank you, Lila. You want to do the girls to boys one, Lila?
Yes, please.
Okay, go for it.
15:24.
Okay.
15 over 24.
And
And these 2 can be divided by a 3.
that's what I wanted to know. So if I do that,
The 15 on top of the 24. If you divide them both by 3, it would equal 5 on top and 8 on bottom.
excellent. So I'm going to write, instead of 15:24, I'm just going to jump straight to writing 5:8. 5 girls, 8 boys, Muriel, Flounder, and Bluefish.
20:8.
And then you're gonna go forward with that and change it into what?
10:4.
And then you're gonna go forward with that and change it into what?
5:2.
You made it. So the simplest form right there is 5 to 2. And then I'll go ahead and stick that in a fraction so that we have 2 times. Good, Mariel. Okay, James, you want to do chaperones and students when you're ready?
It'd be 6/42, and that equals 1/7.
Very good.
Then it'd be 1:7.
Beautiful. So basically that means one chaperone is responsible for 7 students. Good. Sydney, number 5.
36 bananas to 27 apples. You'd reduce 36/27 to 4/3, and then 4:3.
So dividing by 9 there, right? 4
Uh-huh.
bananas, 3 apples. Beautiful. Lauren, go ahead and take your turn. Thank you, ma'am.
I have 8 Skittles, 14 M&Ms. I have 4:7.
So
Oh,
you,
sorry, I split it.
so you just
And
cut them both in half, right?
Yeah, and then yeah, and then we can still do the 4:7, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. If you like one, use it all day. Like I said, I just tend to not, but it doesn't mean anything's wrong with it. All right, boy, quarters and nickels.
5 to 12.
Because what did you divide by on that?
6.
You did 6 right off the bat.
Yeah.
Perfect. And finally, Lila, kayaks and paddle boards.
3/5.
What did you divide by, my dears?
8.
Excellent. So you guys will notice, again, an advantage to knowing all those common factors. It makes this go really fast. Okay, looking ahead, no reason to panic. Same situation, just in sentence form. So we've got a hockey team with 48 wins and 28 losses, and they're asking us to do 2 different ratios here. Anybody want to volunteer to do A or B? Mariel, which one would you like, ma'am?
A.
Okay.
Can you just do like W:(L)?
Okay. And then,
Oh, I
no,
didn't read the
you're fine.
top part.
It would be W:(L), and then you can tell me what the numbers are.
48 and 28.
Okay, and then go from there.
$24 and 14.
Okay, any further?
12 and 7. I think.
Perfect, good. So 12 wins, 7 losses in 2 forms. Excellent, good. Lila, do you want to talk us through losses and total gains?
Sure. So it'll be 28, and then is it colonial, or I forgot? And they're gonna add up the 48 to 28, and that would get you 76.
Okay, so obviously on this one, guys, for you to set up the ratio, she's saying you have to add up their wins and their losses, which makes sense because that'll be all of their games. What did you say, 76 for that, Lila?
Yeah.
Okay, and then if you did losses to that, what would it look like?
I'm still working on that, but
Fine.
I think that, wait a minute.
Starts as 28, right? Over 76 though?
Yeah.
So 28 losses, total games played. I mean, if all else fails, Lila, you can just cut them both in half, right?
Yeah, that's it. But what goes into 28? Oh, wait, 14.
Okay, so half of it would be 14. And then we need half
And
of
half of that and would equal 36. I mean 38.
I like it, which means since we've got even numbers, let's go another round.
They can both divide by 3. I mean 2, and that would equal 7 because 7's 7, and then 38 divided by 2 would equal 19.
Excellent. Good. And then
That's
we'll
it.
just restate that one other way right over here. Number 10, funky, but not difficult as long as you know the difference between a vowel and a consonant. Erilyn, I'm assuming you know the difference.
Yeah. A vowel is like A, E, I, O, U, all those.
Okay.
And a consonant is any other letter.
Okay, so vowels in Massachusetts.
There would be 5.
1, 2, 3, 4. Am I count 1, 2? I only see 4. Am I losing it?
I counted 5, so there's probably 4. I try to count from there.
Because I got an A, U, and E, I think.
That's 4.
Okay, and she doesn't have the notes in front of her, guys, so cut her some slack. How about consonants? What'd you have for that?
I had 9, but that's probably not right either.
No, I think I agree with that. 1, 2, 3, 4,
I
5.
second it.
Okay. Oh, and Erilyn, that worked out awfully nicely because that does not need to be reduced.
Nope, that's just 4, 9.
All right, I love it. Random ratio of vowels and consonants in Massachusetts. Go figure, right?
Yeah.
Anybody willing to take on the S's in Massachusetts? Go ahead, James.
So it'd be 3. Wait. Oh, 3 over 10.
Now
Or 3 to 10.
wait a second. How many S's again? Check your S's one more time. I'm getting more than that.
Oh, 4.
Okay, 4 S's. Perfect. And then total letters in the entire word.
9.
Did you count all the letters in the whole word Massachusetts, James?
Oh, I thought it meant like
The others?
to total letters like without S.
Oh, no, count the S's also. Do everything.
Oh. 13.
That's what I got. Perfect. Good, good, good. Okay, so you guys have any questions or concerns? Even those of you that don't have the notes so far, you get the gist, right? Right, Muriel? You can even eat and do it at the same time. That's how easy it is. Okay, well, now turn on your brain to maybe a little bit of a higher notch. The other half of these notes, it's not difficult, but it makes you think a little more because you have to know how many inches in a foot and how many feet in a yard and how many. So it's all about conversions. Now, here is my advice to you. If you don't know the conversion, look it up. So whether that's on Google, or I know your planner has like a really nice page where it has a whole bunch of units listed. Some of these you'll know like by heart, and some of them you'll have to look up, and that's just how it is. So biggest advice at the top here is right here. I'm gonna highlight it. And I know if you don't have the notes, you can't, but typically we always consider it to be easier to convert the larger quantity into the smaller. So keep that in mind. That will always, always, always be simpler, in my opinion. Okay, so here's how we're gonna treat this page. You are gonna scan through all of these examples and you're gonna be like, oh, I know that one. And then you're gonna raise your hand and say, I can do number 18 or whatever. And I'm gonna do one that I'm guessing no one will pick. Ooh, am I more like pints and cups and gallons is always rough, but I'm guessing maybe one of these metric ones. So 2 kilometers or kilometers, depending on who you talk to 72 meters. Kilometers, there are 1,000 meters in every kilometer. So knowing that, why did I write that down there? It goes to this one. Anyway, I'm going to change the kilometers into meters. So if I have 2 kilometers and there's 1,000 meters per kilometer, that would equate to 2,000 meters. So I have 2,000 meters compared to 72 meters. I'm looking back at instructions, and yes, it still wants simplest form. So I'm going to cut these in half. Let's see, 1,000 over 36, I do believe. And then I'm going to cut them in half again. No, maybe I'll do 4. I'll divide by 4 here because that's 250 over 9. And I think that's the best I can do. So that one, I'll take that one. Okay, so hopefully I haven't thoroughly scared you off here. Anybody see a conversion that they're comfortable trying? Muriel, do you have one in mind already?
Number 11.
Number 11, that's a good choice. So 1 foot and 4 inches. What's the conversion there, dear?
12 to 4, I think.
Okay, so if there's 12 inches in a foot, what are you gonna do?
What?
Did you tell me what you think the ratio is already and I just didn't hear it?
Yeah, I said 12 to 4.
Okay, so she's changing the foot into 12 inches, just like she said before, which means there's 12 inches to 4 inches. And then simplify, Muriel, and we're good.
3 to 1.
3 to 1. Good, good, good. All right. Lila, did you find one that you like?
I'm going to do the 12.
Okay. So once again, inches and feet. What are you going to do there?
28 over 36.
And where did your 36 come from, dear?
Because there's 12 inches, and if there's 3 feet, you're going to add 3 12s up.
Okay, good. So she did 28 inches and then 3 feet. She converted to 36. Did you simplify from there?
Yes, I did. 28 will go into 14, 36 will go into 18, and you get to simplify that again. You get 7 and you get 9.
So I'm thinking if we had been dividing by 4, we would have made it straight there. But you're just fine, Lila. Perfect.
Oops.
Okay, Lauren, what do you see that you can do for us?
I think number 13.
Okay, so do you know the relationship between feet and yards?
Yeah, there's 3 feet in a yard.
Okay, so if there's 3 feet in 1 yard, which one of those do you want to change?
The yards
Okay, so the yards you would change by,
to 6.
okay, she would multiply by 3 to account for 3 feet in a yard. And that means, go ahead,
It would be 2 to 6.
2 feet to 6 feet.
So then that would simplify to 1 to 3.
Perfect. 1 to 3. Excellent. All right, James, what's next?
I have a question. So,
Yeah.
like, do we have to put like 2 6 equals 1/3 and then put 1:3?
You know what? On the instructions on this one, it doesn't say that you have to write it 2 ways. So I think as long as you have it 1 way, we're good.
Okay.
Did you see what you want to do, James, or did you just have a question?
Yeah, I want to do one.
What are you thinking?
14.
Okay, so you're going from inches to yards. Do you know how many inches are in a yard?
36.
Oh, look at you go. So you did times 12, right, to get to a foot.
Yeah.
And then times 3 to get to a yard. So he's right. And if you guys need to write this stuff down, there's 36 inches in 1 yard. So then how do you use that 36?
Well, yeah, but it's asking for 4. Oh, wait, 36 times 4.
Okay, good. So 1 yard is 36. So he's going to do 4 yards times 36. And that ought to get us started.
144.
Over
30.
Perfect. And then we got to do a little simplifying there.
Oh. That'd be. Can you divide by?
I don't know.
I
I
think
think
it's two.
I'd say just cut them in half, James, to get it started. That way you're not stuck.
They can both be divided by a 6.
By 6?
Yeah.
Well, what's 144 divided by 6? I don't think most people would have seen that.
24.
Well, 24.
Okay, so then that would mean if we did divided by 6, the bottom would be what?
5.
There you go, and that ought to do it. Perfect. All right, Lexi, which one are you going to go after for us, ma'am? Lexi, are you talking?
We haven't been able to hear Lexi for the past 3 classes.
Oh, that's not good.
I think she's on her bed. If she is, you have to lift up the computer to talk.
She told me she was having trouble with this earlier, but Lexi, I can't hear you, my dear. So if you figure that out, I'll come back. I think she said okay, but I'm not sure. Oh, anybody else see one here that they want to try? Oh, this is sad. Oh, Sydney, thank you. Sydney, what are you going after? Are you going to try 15 or a lower one?
Can I try 26?
Of course you can. I think that would be a very wise choice.
So 1 day to 54 minutes, I calculated, and 1 day is 1,440 minutes.
And how did you get
So
that?
I took 24 times 60.
So you did 1 day would be 24 hours times 60 minutes in an hour, and you got 1,440? Is that what I
Yes.
heard? Okay, perfect.
To 54, and then as I divided those, I just divided them by 2 and kept dividing by 2.
Okay.
So I got 720 over 26, and then I got 360 over 13.
And that's as
So-
far as it would probably go, right?
Yeah, so it's
Excellent.
360 to 13.
So, okay, perfect. I like it. And I hope you guys understood her conversion there. Days and minutes, you guys are much more comfortable with those than, pints and quarts and stuff. Anybody else that wants to jump in here with anything that's left? And even if you don't have the notes in front of you, you can still talk us through it. Sydney, I'm good for you doing another one. That's totally fine.
Can I do number 25?
Sure.
8 hours to 2 days. So 2 days, I just doubled the 1,440. So it's
You know
8
what,
to
though? Be
2,800.
Be careful with that, Sydney, because this is hours to days, and this other one was minutes.
Okay.
So you're not going to go nearly as high because you're only doing hours.
Okay, so that'd be 8 to 48.
Ah, okay. So 24 hours in a day, 2 days. Okay, perfect. And simplify.
So what?
You can go ahead and simplify.
Okay, so then it's 8 over 48 and then 4 over 24. And then it is 1 to 6.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sydney.
You're welcome.
Anybody else going to swoop in here? I see 2 winners like teed up. James, thank you, dear. Go for it. What you want?
I'll try 17.
All right, I dig that. Do you know how many? Okay, so cups are smaller. Do you know how many cups go into a pint?
Isn't it like 2 or 3?
It is 2. So there are 2 cups per pint. That is a big one. A lot of you guys tend to forget that. So then if we had 8 pints, James, how would we figure out how many cups that was worth?
Divide by 2.
Well, I tell you what, every pint, let's say this is a pint, there's 2 cups in here. So if I have 8 of these, 2 cups in each one, how many
What do
cups?
So 8 times 2, 16.
It's multiplication. Yep. 16. Very good. So if I drink 8 pints of coffee, by the way, that's a terrible idea. I would have I would have had 16 cups of coffee. So 4 to 16. And James, if you simplify that, what do you get?
1/4.
Beautiful. Perfect. Thank you. I got more. Lila, what do you think, dears? Thank you.
Can we do number 23?
Sure we can. That's minutes and hours. I bet you can handle that.
Yep. So there are 60 minutes in an hour. So would 1 hour, will we put that into 60?
Okay, absolutely.
And then 28, we just keep it.
So
And then
28 to 60, what do you want to divide by, dear?
I'm just going to split them in half.
Okay.
So 60 would equal 30 and 28 would equal 18.
14, you mean?
14, sorry.
Okay. No, you're fine. 14 to 30, and then one more time.
7 and 15.
Beautiful. That's a done deal. All right, Sydney, let me guess. 24.
Yep.
All right, what are you going to convert?
So 3 minutes into seconds, which I got 180 because I multiplied 3 by 60.
Good. So 60 seconds per minute. So she did that correctly.
And then I just continuously divided them by 2. So 180 goes down to 90, and then 48 goes down to 24. And then I divided those by 3. And then 90 divided by 3 is 30, and 24 divided by 3 is 8. And then I divided those by 2. So I got 15 to 4.
And that ought to do it finally, right?
Yes.
Good, good, good. All right, Haley, finally showing up. What do you think, lady?
22.
22. So do you know how many cups it takes to make a gallon?
16.
Did you look it up?
Yes.
Okay, so 16 cups equals 1 gallon. So then what did you do to convert that?
I took 16 times 2.
Yeah. So what'd you have as your original, hon?
6 over 32. 6 to 32.
Okay, good. And then simplify?
3/16.
Beautiful. So she had 2 gallons, 16 cups per gallon. Boom, done deal. Oh, Coy, you're showing up too. Which one are you taking on here?
I'll do 21.
All right. So Coy, that means you know how many quarts are in a gallon?
I think 4.
4 quarts per gallon. Did you look that up?
No, I'm
Just know?
I think.
Well, you're right. So
Really?
yeah, you're right. So 4 quarts per gallon. So how do we use that to convert this?
Would you multiply the 4 and the 6?
Yep. So 6 gallons, 4 quarts a piece. So what would that be?
And then it'd be 4 to 24.
Beautiful.
And then it'd be 1 to 6.
Yay, you survived. Olivia, there you are. Get in there. Which one would you like to convert?
Well, I'll do number 18, I guess.
Okay. Do you
I
know?
was thinking about number 25. It's like, oh, that one's kind of easy, but someone already did that one. So, well, now what?
So number 18 requires you to know how many ounces it takes to make a pound. Are you familiar with that conversion?
I think no, that's a gallon. Never mind.
There's like 16 ounces in
cup.
one pound.
That is accurate. So 16 ounces per pound, Liv. So if we know that, how do we convert here?
So we would do 16 times 3, I guess. Wait, no.
Yep.
16
So
times
3
3.
pounds. 16 ounces apiece. So how many would we have in our numerator? 48. And then we've got 24 in the denominator. So Olivia, what would be the simplified version of that? 22 to 1. Sorry, I said 22. Good, Liv, that's perfect. All right, Lila, we're getting close to done here. Which one are you going to take off our hands?
20.
20. So do you know how many pints are in a gallon?
So I accidentally put the wrong answer in, so I'm redoing it. But 2 pins can go into a quart, which would be 2 pins, and then I think 4, so it'd be 8.
8 pints per gallon?
Yeah,
You pretty sure about that?
either 8 or 6.
By the way, guys, I'm not kidding you. There's this fabulous research-based thing. It's called Google.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm looking at.
And then you go and you say, how many pints in a gallon? Look, I even spelled how wrong, and it still is going to tell me. 8. Boom. Good
4,
job,
8.
Lila. You nailed it.
Yep.
Okay, so if we know that there's 8, back to what I'm doing here. Ah, shoot.
It'd be 3 and 3 over 32.
So you're doing the gallons times 8, right? Oh, and you lucked out, Lila. That one doesn't even simplify, does it?
Nope.
All right, guys. Well, we almost survived it. Obviously, you can tell where the easy part of the homework is going to come from. That's the front of the notes. Anytime there's conversions, you have to think a little harder, but I'm going to ask you to apply all of that information to homework 1. Now, if you don't have a printed copy of homework 1, obviously you're going to have to wait and either get a printed copy later today or tomorrow or this weekend, or worst case scenario, you wait until Monday, but then you're going to have a homework 1 and a homework 2 to do on top of our current work next week. So let me know if there's anything else I can do to get you a copy, even if that means like sending one to North or South. But anyway, this is due Tuesday. I keep saying Monday, but you know what I mean. And I will have time for questions tomorrow. Otherwise, you're free to go.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye, guys. See ya. I still can't hear Lexi. Poor girl. Lexi. Oh, she's muted now.